Years passed, and Philadelphia never forgot the boy in the box. Despite exhaustive investigations, his identity remained unknown, and the case continued to baffle detectives. Efforts to solve the mystery intensified over decades. Forensic experts analyzed photographs and skeletal remains. Volunteers and genealogists examined public records for missing children. Psychologists created profiles to understand the possible abuser. Yet the answers remained elusive, leaving a haunting void where clarity should have been. The city itself bore the marks of the tragedy. Parents kept children close, neighborhoods remained wary, and the boy's photograph, that haunting image, became a symbol of both fear and unresolved grief. The case continued to inspire theories and investigations. Some believed the boy had been the victim of a disturbed caretaker. Others suspected someone from a nearby neighborhood. Some even thought the child had been moved from another state before his death. All that was certain was that the boy's silence spoke louder than words, a grim reminder of cruelty that could hide in plain sight. The boy in the box became more than a cold case. It became a cautionary tale, a story of a city's collective sorrow, and a symbol of justice delayed. Decades later, modern techniques brought renewed hope, but the boy remains nameless, his story unfinished. Some crimes never fully end. They linger in photographs, in memory, and in the hearts of those who never stop searching. As spring approached, Philadelphia's detectives intensified their efforts. The cold winter had faded, but the city's unease had not. Every alley, every empty lot, every forgotten corner became a potential clue. Police began constructing a profile of the boy's abuser. Specialists suggested someone familiar with childcare but deeply disturbed, likely living nearby, moving quietly among neighbors. Someone capable of maintaining a facade of normalcy while hiding cruelty. This chilling revelation made every ordinary citizen a potential suspect. Fear and suspicion spread like wildfire. Investigators also delved deeper into missing children reports across Pennsylvania and neighboring states. The boy had no matches, no family came forward, no one recognized him. He remained America's unknown child, a ghost in the city's memory. The community responded in their own way. Neighborhood watch groups patrolled streets. Parents kept children inside after dark. Volunteers handed out flyers and photographs, pleading for any clue. Yet the boy's identity eluded everyone. Detectives began to realize that solving the case would require patience, attention to detail, and perhaps a stroke of luck. Every lead had to be examined, every rumor investigated, every shadow followed. "He may have been left in that box by someone we pass every day," muttered one officer, "and we may never know who." Philadelphia waited, tense and anxious. The boy's story was silent, but his tragedy echoed loudly in the hearts of the city. Some mysteries do not fade with time. They linger, haunting the streets, the memories, and the people who never forget. Weeks passed, and the city's frustration grew. Leads came and went, but the boy's identity remained a mystery. Detectives turned to every possible source: hospitals, orphanages, social workers. Yet each inquiry ended in dead ends. The case began to attract national attention. Newspapers splashed the boy's photograph across their pages, labeling him America's unknown child. Public interest soared, but hope dimmed. Volunteers combed the neighborhoods. Psychologists and child welfare experts offered theories. Families of missing children contacted police, hoping for a connection. Still, nothing concrete emerged. Detectives analyzed the few physical clues available. The boy's hair had been roughly cut. His clothing was homemade and ill-fitting. Marks on his body suggested both malnutrition and repeated abuse. "Who could do this and live among us unnoticed?" murmured Detective Richard H. Hall. "It's as if he was invisible until he wasn't." Rumors and speculation fueled fear. The idea that someone could harm a child and escape justice unnerved the city. Parents forbade their children from playing outside alone. Streets seemed lonelier, shadows darker. Even familiar neighbors eyed with suspicion. The investigation began to explore the possibility of someone the boy knew, a relative, a caretaker, a neighbor, someone who could move in and out of his life without notice. Yet nothing concrete appeared. Philadelphia waited, restless and anxious. Every day brought new theories, but no answers. The boy remained nameless, his story frozen in the cold winter that had claimed him. Some victims are silent, but their absence shouts at a city, demanding answers that may never come. As the investigation began, Philadelphia's police forces were under intense pressure. The boy had no identification, no clothing tags, nothing to hint at his identity. Every lead seemed to dissolve into the winter fog. Detectives combed neighborhoods, questioned residents, and reviewed missing children reports, but nothing matched. Theories spread quickly. Some suspected a transient family in crisis. Others whispered about neglect or abuse from someone who lived nearby. A few feared a stranger, someone calculating and cruel. Yet no one could explain how such horror had gone unnoticed. The public demanded answers. Parents locked doors and watched their children with new fear. Neighborhoods became tense, wary, every shadow scrutinized. The city itself felt smaller, every street lined with suspicion. Inside the station, detectives struggled with the enormity of the case. The boy had been bound and malnourished. Bruises indicated prolonged abuse. Experts estimated he had been trapped for weeks, possibly months. "This wasn't a crime of passion," one officer whispered to his partner. "This was deliberate. Someone wanted him gone, and they succeeded." As days turned into weeks, the mystery deepened. The boy's identity remained unknown. The city's anxiety grew. Each unanswered question fed the public imagination, and each shadow became suspect. In Philadelphia, fear had found a new face, and that face was silent, small, and lost in a cardboard box. Philadelphia, 1957. The city hummed with everyday life, streetcars clattering over tracks, shopkeepers opening their stores, children playing in the sidewalks. But in one quiet neighborhood, a terrible secret waited to be discovered. On a chilly February morning, a cardboard box was found in the woods. Inside lay the body of a young boy. He was emaciated, bruised, and barely recognizable. The city was shaken to its core. Detectives arrived quickly, examining the scene with a mix of horror and determination. No identification, no witness, no immediate clues as to who the boy was or what had happened to him. It was a crime that seemed to defy reason. A small child, abandoned and forgotten, lying silent among the winter trees. The public was horrified. Newspapers spread the story across the city, labeling the boy America's unknown child. Citizens wondered, how could someone commit such a crime? Who could harm a child so completely? Inside the police station, officers whispered theories, each more grim than the last. "We are looking for a monster," one veteran detective said. But sometimes monsters hide behind the most ordinary faces. Philadelphia had no answers yet, only a box,
a boy and a mystery that would grip the nation for decades. Some crimes leave no footprints. They leave only questions and the echo of innocence lost.